I hope my screen is visible. All right. Okay, let's get started. And as every session, we'll
Yes,
be having the Q&A in the end. Okay.
we got
So,
Kennedy.
yeah. So I don't know why we are
Can you
not
please
getting
turn
full
on
screen
your
here.
mic?
I think we can able to work it out. So, okay, no worries. So we are in the module 2, ethical hacking fundamentals. So we'll be seeing what is cyber kill chain and the methodologies and the concept of the hacking and the hacker classes and different phases of hacking cycles and etc. and etc. So we'll also be seeing some labs here for today. It will be very short, but we'll be seeing some tools also in the session here. Okay. And you guys will be getting your notes and PPTs and as well as in the website itself. So please register in the website and you can get what the materials you needed. Okay. So this is going to be our flow for this module here. So understanding of the cyber kill chain, and then we will be discussing about the concepts of hacking, and then about the different phases of hacking cycles and the scope of hacking, and then finally the tools of hacking. So it won't be like every tools we'll be discussing about like the starting of like enumeration tools only. Okay. And let's
Recording in
get
progress.
further. So cyber kill chain methodology. Does anyone know about already the cyber kill chain? Does anyone has any idea about it previously? From Lockheed Martin. Okay. No, sir. No, sir. Yes. Okay. Actually, the cyber kill chain is like very important to cyber security professional. Like take an example as like if you are a chemist or chemistry student, it is like very the periodic table is a must thing you have to learn in the starting of it. So how the periodic table is for a chemistry student is the same for us the cyber kill chain, the cyber kill chain methodology here. It is not the roadmap exactly. So it is this. It is the concept, or it is the pathway which we go through each and every client's like target, or not only the whole things. So it might be a single phase. It might be like enumeration. The client might only ask us for the reconnaissance, or they might be up to needed for the delivery purpose, or they need a full purpose. Like it can be vary, but this is in an actual cycle. So as I was saying, so it is very important that we have to learn about the cyber kill chain. So reconnaissance is nothing but information gathering, and weaponization is nothing but creating or making a weapon using the information which we gathered about the target. So we can able to create a payload and we can able to exploit it over the target. And the delivery is nothing but how we are going to deliver the payload which we created in the weaponization process. So once it is delivered, so it will be from there we'll be exporting into the target system. So once that is exploited, we will be installing a malware, or it might be considered as a backdoor. So once the backdoor is also done, we will be controlling the whole network itself from a single system. We will be pivoting and everything we will be doing it. So once everything is done, once our objective is done in this action on objectives, our goal is to retrieve what our goal is, and then once it is done, we will have to like erase our footprints in the end. So it might be clearing the logs, it might be like deleting whatever the files which we created while we are exporting the machine, etc., etc. So there won't be any like evidence that we are entered in, or like whether we have like hacked into the target network. So once it is done, that's it. And if you are an ethical hacker, you will be creating a report that how you like acted upon in the interaction about the target, or about the technique which you have used. So what are the mitigations you can able to give in order to like evade those vulnerabilities or any attacks from the world. So this is will be the cyber kill chain or our cycle. It will be like continuously going through this. And let's move further. Give me a second. Yeah. So the term tactics, techniques, and procedures refers to a pattern of activities and methods associated with a specific threat actors or group of threat actors. Here, the threat actors is nothing but the bad actors or the hackers in the first place. So the tactics are the guidelines that describes the way of an attack or perform an attack from beginning to the end. So from the reconnaissance to the achieving the goal. So that is going to be their tactics, or which guideline they are forming or following. And in the techniques or the technical methods used by the attacker. to achieve the intermediate result by during the attack. So it can be a passive attack, it can be an active attack, it can be exploiting a vulnerability, or it might be many techniques they might be used to for a particular attack. And procedures or the organizational approach that the threat actors follow to launch an attack. So these won't be like followed by the hackers in the first place. We will be following the procedures, but we also need to learn the procedures, tactics, and the techniques as well. And followed by here. So advisory behavioral identification. So advisory behavioral identification involves the identification of a common method or techniques followed by an advisory to launch attack on or to penetrate an organizational networks. So it gives the security professionals insight into upcoming threats and exploits. So why we need the advisory? Like before an attack happens, we can able to immediate not like we can able to make a remedies against then attacks. Like there might be like attacks like let's take an example, like there are two companies and both are using a same CMS, like the control management systems from a single software company. If that particular product has been vulnerable, uh, they might be like the product delivery persons or the organization might give an update to the software, and one of the companies updated the software, another isn't updated. So there is a possibility that any hackers might be hacking into that vulnerability. So this is why we need those advisory behavior, or the we need to identify the vulnerabilities before even like launching into the public or like into the internet. So we have to make sure we already know the vulnerabilities which is present in our organization. So we have to make sure that no vulnerabilities or no attack surface has been open to the world. So that is why we also need to learn, or we have to also think in a perspective of an hacker. So it is consists of like internal reconnaissance or information gathering in an internal network, and use of command line interfaces like the terminals like Windows command prompt, PowerShell, and Linux terminal, and use of DNS tunneling. DNS is the domain name systems tunneling. So we'll be, sorry, I have a brother at the end of the session, show how to install Kali LVM and then get into the labs. So I'm not sure, we don't have time to like install the Kali in this session, but in the upcoming session, if we have time, I can definitely show you how to install the Kali and etc. But I can give you an advice on how to do it in like in today's session. So use of PowerShell, yes, and HTTP user agents, and use of web shells and unspecified proxy activities, command and control servers, and using data staging. And let's continue here. It's good enough. Okay. Yeah. Indicators of compromise or IOCs. So indication of compromise. What are the indications which we can able to like identify whether our system is compromised or not? So these are the IOCs, or the clues or artifact or a piece of forensic data found on the network or operating system of an organization that indicate a potential intrusion or a malicious activity in the organization infrastructure. So as I already said, it might be any proof that an attack might happen or not. It is true that even no one knows whether an attack like may happened or not without an proper forensic details or proper forensic analysis. And actually, we are not seeing blindness excesses now. We'll be seeing it in the further classes. I'll be showing you how to find a blind excesses, and we will be using like a customized subdomain so that we can able to use a different communication channel to reserve a blind accesses outputs. Not only blind accesses, we can also go over the blind SQLI, etc., etc. And when does the practice start? Actually, the lab would be in the end of the session. Okay. And let's, okay, I'll try to like show you guys how to like install VMs and the how to like integrate with the virtual machines. And we need to cover this. And then once the theory is covered, I can able to show you that. Okay. No worries. Yeah. So continuing here, so it can be any piece of data that indicates or has a clue of that whether an attack has been happened or not. And IOC act as a good source of information regarding the threat that serves as data points in the intelligence process. And security professionals need to perform continuous monitoring on IOCs to efficiently and effectively to detect and respond to evolution cyber threats or evolving cyber threat here. So it is must, and most of the companies, like a big corporate MNC companies, will be having their own cybersecurity teams. So we call it them like a red team and the blue team. So the red team will act as a hacker, and the blue team will try to defend from the red teams. So it will be constantly these act will be happening so that they can able to implement the security and also try to know that like whether any like new cyber threat is out in the world or not. So by this manner, we can also protect ourselves efficiently. So is this first day? So no, it is not the first day of class. It is the second day of class. Yeah. And now we are in categories of indications. What are the categories we can have? So it might be any different things like email indicators, network indicators, postpaid indications, and behavior indications. So understanding AOCs help security professionals to quickly detect the threats against the organization and protect the organization from evolving threats. So if we take email indicators used to send a malicious, not a data here, it might be a mail, it might be a piece of like attachment, like the document, or it might be a PDF, like a resume kind of things, or it might be bills. So it might be very convincing about those malicious mails. They might be like sending as like a client that they are like only giving us the bills. So if we open the bill, it might be attached with a malicious program which will run in the background. So this can be a clue that we might be under an attack. So these are all the indicators. And following through, we will be discussing about the concepts now. And what is hacking? We already seen. Is a green hat hacker means a script kiddie or aspiring hackers? Actually, green hat hackers isn't there, but we'll be seeing just now. We'll be going to see the hackers classifications. So please be patient. Hacking refers to an exploiting system vulnerabilities and compromising security controls to gain unauthorized access. Here we have to like block it, like not block it, like underline this the unauthorized. So we are not an authorized user or authorized person to access those computes or like access those network and or inappropriate access to one system resources. So we are an unauthorized user. We are exploiting a system vulnerability that present in the network, and it also involves modifying system or application features to achieve a goal outside of a creator's or original purpose. This is actually true. So a piece of software, or it might be a hardware, it has an intended purpose to do. But as a hacker or like as an ethical hacker or a hacker, they might be changing or modifying the system or the hardware to achieve a different goal outside the creator's view. So it might be intended in a way, but we make it to work as an unintended way or an intended method. So this is what hacking is. Not like this, like it may be anything, not as a like a programmer or software. It can be hardware, it can be anything, it can be a mind, and it might be a concept. So if we are changing the concept or if we are changing the intended way, it is hacking. Okay. And hacking can be used to steal or redistribute intellectual properties leading to a business loss. There's like further like packages or like further backlogs we'll be having with the hacking. It is not a like a what do we say, like a simple thing. It is a very crucial or sensitive thing. If we are under an attack, or if an organization is under attack, so it is very hard to recover from it. Let me, yeah. Who is a hacker? An individual or intellectual individual with excellent computer skills who can create and explore computer software and hardware. And for some hackers, hacking is a hobby to see how many computers or network they can compromise. And it is also true. And some hackers' intentions can either be to gain knowledge or to probe and do illegal things. And this is also true. So most of the people want to learn new things in the world, and also they can try it out. in the real world. But if you are doing it on your own or on a agreement manner, it is legal. But if it is not, means that is the illegal thing. And some hacks with malicious intent, such as to steal business data, credit card information, social security numbers, email passwords, and other sensitive data. So this is the 80% of the time the malicious intended is the key, or is the objectives, or the characteristics of a hacker. And let's move further. Now, here we are in the hats of hacking. So we have black hats, we have white hat, we have gray suicide hackers, and script kiddies, and there is no green hats here. So the black hat is nothing but the individual with extraordinary computing skills. They resort to malicious or destructive activities to or also as crackers. So these are all the bad guys. The black hat hackers is the black, or like the bad actor here. And white hat hackers are individual who uses their professional skills. They are also like good at extraordinary at the computing skills for defensive purpose, and are also known as security analysts like us. So you guys are also learning here, comes to learn like cybersecurity here, and we are also comes under white hat hackers. And gray hat hackers, individuals who work for both offensively and defensively at various times. Actually, this is very short here, but to be like give an example here, do you guys have gone through any YouTube videos like exposing the scammers, like the online scammers here? Anyone? Yes. So those guys are gray hat hackers. Actually, they are hacking illegally, but for a good behavior or for a good goal. So like the exposing the scammers and their locations and exploiting their systems, this comes under illegal because they are not having the permission of the owner. But the thing is, yeah, call centers, exactly. But the thing is, they are doing it for a good purpose. So that is why they are coming under the gray hat hackers. And we have suicide hackers. So here, their intention or his intention going to be disrupting the whole infrastructure itself. But he doesn't care about the punishments or things. So that is why we call it as suicide hackers. And he doesn't care about any punishment or any like jail terms or etc. He is not worried about facing any. The thing is, his motive or his goal is to distract the target like fully. So that is what we call suicide hackers. Yeah, hacking scammers and hacking their cameras also. Yes, exactly. Those are all comes under gray hat hacking. And script kiddies. Actually, here you guys will come here because you are like start in a starting purpose. So you guys will comes under the script kiddies. An unskilled hacker who compromise a system by running scripts and tools and software that were developed by real hackers. So here the script kiddie persons will can able to compromise a system, but using the scripts which written by somebody else. So it might be created by a white hat hacker, it might be a black hat hacker, but the scripts will be written by a skilled one, but they are using it to understand, to gain a knowledge from it. So that is why we call it a script kiddie. So whomever is using a script of like different person or a different author, we call them as script kiddies, but they are also know some skills, but they are in a learning stage. Okay, and let's go further. In the hacker class, threat actors continued. So cyber terrorists, we have cyber terrorists, state-sponsored hackers, hacktivists, hacker terms, and industrial spices. So industrial spice, we call like let's go from there. We have Coca-Cola and we have Pepsi. So both are leading companies or leading competitors in their fields, but nobody knows their formulas, right? So some company like let's say Coca-Cola might be hired some hackers to invade into the Pepsi company and to gain the formula or to gain any like the upcoming or like going to release products. So if they get any like any information that can be make a use of against them or against their competitors, so whom the corporate or not the corporate especially, but it can be anybody else. If you are trying to like get any information about your competitor and you are hiring some hackers, so that hacker comes under industrial spice. And we have state sponsored hackers. So do you guys know any like having any idea like who might be the state sponsored hackers? Anyone? Actually, the answer is also in the paragraph itself. But anyways, okay, I don't want to waste time here. The state-sponsored hacker are like the persons who are hired by the government itself to like penetrate into a different country. So it might be happened in the Russia-Ukraine war also. So the Russian government might be placed some attack against the Ukraine government, and they might be taken on some website. If that happens, means that hackers will comes under the state-sponsored hackers. And we have cyber terrorists. So these guys will be like anonymous groups, and we have APT, and yeah, we have like many groups. Those groups will be comes under the cyber terrorist. So their purpose is to like disturb the world, but they have a goal or they have a motive in it. Like it might be a religious belief or it might be political belief. It might happen. So who the terrorist with the like which they are coming into the cyber field. That's it. And we have hacktivist. So their purpose is to like deliver an idea or an agenda into the world. So they might hack. Like let's take an example. Like if some people is like against the oil, like taking the oils or like the global warming activist might be there. So if they are well versed in the hacking field, so they might hack into the oil companies or any like corporate company, like the nuclear power plant. It actually the nuclear power plant attack has happened. So even now also we can't able to find. So it was happened in the America. So there was an attack in the nuclear power plant, and some group of people, actually it is like consist of 4 people, and they were masked, fully masked, and the attack has happened only half an hour. They break into the power plant, they hacked it, they disturbed it, and they went like they got out. And still now we can't able to found them, or we can't able to find them. So those guys will be coming under the hacktivist. Their motive is to like not to like disturb the things or not in a like belief way, but they have a political agenda or a goal to deliver an object or like an idea into the world. And we have hackathons and etc. And yeah, ISS, if they're having any like hacking groups, they comes under cyber terrorist. Russia-Ukraine war, which is type of hackers were participated there. They might be state-sponsored hackers. Okay, so if the government is hiring some hackers, they might be comes under state-sponsored hackers. And now we are in insiders. Actually, hacker class is also continued here in this slide. So we have insiders, criminal syndicates, and organized hackers. So like organized hackers would comes under the anonymous groups and APTs as well. And insider is nothing but the employees who are becomes a hacker or becomes an information or like delivering some information to an hacker. So those people comes under insider. So these people might know that they are like the insider, or they might doesn't know that they are the insider. So the people might be plugging the anonymous pen drive into the network, or the people which like he might be doesn't like go with their terms or policies, or the person who doesn't like compromise that like the salary is getting, so he might be disrupting their company. So he or she also comes under the insiders. And bug bounty hunters, like bug hunters won't comes under these categories. They will comes under the script kiddie or the gray hat hackers. Actually, they are not also comes under gray hat. They are also comes under white hat hackers. Why? Because the bug hunters will be like having the owner's concern, so that it comes under the white hat. Because they won't or they can't able to move without the owner's permission, right? And so many hackers leaks information on the dark web. Which kind of hackers? They are all black hat hackers. They are all like the criminals or the cyber criminal syndicates. So they are all the bad hat hackers here. And criminal syndicates, group of individuals that are involved in organized or planned criminal activities, and they illegally impulse money by performing sophisticated cyber attacks. So here they will invest some money into the hacking itself. So the hacking is not very simple. So for some big attacks, they might need some new computers with those like unpinned to their location, or they're not coming into the identification of anyone. So they have to invest some money before the attack. So those people who comes under the criminal syndicate here. An organized hacker like hardened criminals who use rented devices or botnets to perform various cyber attacks to bill for money from victims. So these people, like these scammers, or like whomever is operating into in a building that like in an organized manner to scam an individual, like very like mostly the like uneducated individuals, like they doesn't know, like I'm not talking about like uneducated, like the unawareness with the cyber security, like the cyber attacks. So those people are their targets to easily attack, like mostly it will be the older peoples. Okay, let's continue further now, understanding the different phase of hacking cycle. So now we already saw this in the previous session about the passive and active attacks. So same kind of thing in the reconnaissance as well, or information gathering. We call it as information gathering. So reconnaissance refers to the sorry, just for a second. Okay. Yeah, priority phase where an attacker seeks to gather information about a target prior to launching an attack. So before starting each and every attack, we will be starting to gather information about the target. It might be passive, it might be active. How like as much as possible, if we gather the information about the target, it is very easy to attack the like you see, it is easy to like penetrate into the net target network. So let's start with the passive here, which we already seen involves acquiring information without directly interacting with the target itself. For example, searching through the public records or news releases or like going through the social media pages, etc. And then active reconnaissance involves directly interacting with the target by any means or any manners. For example, telephone calls to the target's help desk or technical department and asking their HR department that whether there is any like opening is there, and disguising themselves as an like an employee and going to an interview and gathering information like that. And it might be a ping attack, or like making a ping request to the target systems, or they are looking through the, or like they are sending a request to their web servers, etc. Those are comes under active reconnaissance. And yeah, in the end, I'll try to show you guys how to install Kali, and I will explain you how the Kali works, etc. And what is the clear difference between footprinting and reconnaissance? Footprinting is like forensic, like you will be gathering the evidence that an attack has happened or how it has happened, how it got into the, like how a malware got into injected into the network, or how the attacker cracked into, or which vulnerability they have used, etc. So like forensic, like analysis is what we call footprinting, but reconnaissance is that like as a penetration tester, before we interact into the target system, we will be gathering the information about the target. But in the most of the cases, our client will be giving us the information about the whole organization itself. We call it a scope of attack or scope of interaction. The thing is, they might be giving us a detailed scriptures like what to do, what not to do, and which is our objective. So they will be giving, and they are also will be given us which technique you have to use, which technique you're not supposed to use, etc. So those information will be already given to us, which will be there. But most of the clients will the information. But if we take as a bug hunter, so on those cases, we won't be having any information about the product or about the target in the first place. So that is why we need to go with the information gathering. So information gathering is the before attack, the footprinting is after the attack. But both are handled by the ethical hackers. But the reconnaissance will be going as an hacker itself, but footprinting is going as a like a police kind of. So thank you, sir. So it means footprinting is done after the incident. Yes, exactly. And reconnaissance is done before the attack. Exactly right. But not the attack, like the penetration testing. So attack will like done by the hacker. The penetration testing is done by the ethical hacker here. Okay, let's continue with the course here. Hacking phase of scanning. The scanning refers to the pre-attack phase when the attacker scanned the network for specific information based on information gathering during the reconnaissance. So this thing will be done by both of the players, like the hackers and the ethical hackers also. So scanning can include the use of dialers, port scanners, network mappers, pinging tools, and vulnerability scanners. And attackers extract information such as live machines, port status, OS details, device type, and system uptime to launch attacks. So we'll be seeing some tools on this, like how to scan the target. So we can able to gather the information about the DNS and the subdomains and etc. Give me a second, guys. Oh yeah, here. So we'll be seeing those in our labs. The thing is, we will be gathering the information gathering phase will be having some tools, and we will be like it just comes under the active like reconnaissance, and we will be gathering some information using some tools. So we will be gathering the information like live motions or like live host ports and open ports, and what is the version or what is the service that running on that particular port, and what is the OS the server is running or the target system is running, and the device type and system uptime, etc., we can able to gather in the reconnaissance period. And let's go further here. Hacking phase, gaining access. So now we are into the gaining access here. So gaining access refers to the point where the attacker obtains access to the operating system or application on the target computer or the network. So here where we have an initial foothold here. So from what we like have like gather in the phase of like information gathering, we will be using that to gain an access to the operating system and etc. And the attacker can gain access to the operating system or application or network levels here. And the attacker can escalate privilege to obtain complete control of the system. So if we have a least privileged user account, like in the systems, in the normal system, not like specified for Linux or Windows. So in every operating systems, we'll be having the normal users, like the human users here, and we will be having an administrator user or root user. But the thing is, have you guys know we have service users also? Does anyone know this before? A service user is nothing but it is like a like OS created like users which will be used by some programs or like the web applications or Pythons and etc. So we'll be having those kind of service users. So if you're expecting a particular service, you will be gaining that particular service user. It might be www data, it might be the CVC, like the particular software's user. So from there, you will be having a less limited access or privilege over that user, and you have to escalate your privilege to the higher user, like the normal user here. And from normal user to you have to go with the administrator user or root user. And can anyone give me the answer of which is the highest privilege user in Windows? Anyone? NT authority or system user, we call it as. Okay, you guys can Google it as well. In Kali, you will be having root, but in Windows, it is the super user or the NT authority user. Okay, and yeah, example include of password cracking, buffer overflows, denial of service. Actually, denial of service will not come here. Denial of access service would be disrupt the communication of the web server. But here we'll be using the session hijacking or buffer overflow or password cracking to gain an initial access to the target system or target network and maintaining the access. So once we got a foothold to our target, we have to maintain it. So if they like switch off their system or if they disconnect it from the internet, the connection would be over. So that is why we have to maintain our access. So the maintain access refers to the phase when the attacker tries to retain their ownership of the system. So if we are like exploited a particular software and we gain an access means it won't be stable. So we need a password, we need a user's password, or we need a credentials. So if we gain a credential, that we'll be having a maintained access. So anytime we can able to have a remote desktop connection to the target, or we can able to have a SSH session. So that is why we need the maintaining the access. So the attacker may prevent the systems from being owned by the other attackers by securing their exclusive access, like with the backdoors, rootkits, or projects. So we call it as backdoors itself, or like we have the different kind of terminology here, but we mostly use the backdoors. Okay, and attackers can upload or download or manipulate data applications and configuration of the own systems. An attacker use the compromised system to launch further attacks. So that is what we call it as pivoting. So we have a compromised computer here or a system here. From there, we will be going into the different systems in the network. So we call it as pivoting. Does do the server getting down? Yes. If we are having a denial like running a denial of access service, sorry, denial like DDoS attack. So the server would be take down. Like nobody can able to get any like website request anymore. So once they close down the attack, anybody can able to access the website. Okay, that is DDoS attacks. So we'll be having or seeing those attacks in detail in the further classes. So don't need to worry about it. Let's go further here. Yeah, clearing tracks. So this is where we have to clear our footprints. So if why we need to clear our footprints or our evidence in order to evade, like even after an attack, some forensic investigator might be what do we say, find us or find the hackers. So that is why we will be clearing our tracks, or the hackers will clear their tracks. But as a penetration tester, why we need to clear the tracks? Because they have to deploy their product. So without any manner. So whatever the things we created over the malware or something, it might affect the other systems in their network. So we have to clear whatever we created in the targets. Right. So that is will be our goal after the objective which we cleared. By the log files to be removed. Actually, it does not need it. Like if you are a hacker, you have to remove the logs. But if you are a penetration tester, that doesn't need, because you will be needed those logs to in a reporting time. So you will be mentioning those logs, and as well as the screenshot of how it has happened. And you have to write a detailed report on what are the vulnerabilities you have been found, and how do you exploited it, and which tool you have been used, and etc. etc. So those things will be needed on that time. But the hackers phase would be clearing taxes to clear the logs, right? And clearing tracks refers to the activity carried out by an attacker here. That is also mentioned here, to hide the malicious act. The attacker's intention include obtaining continuous access to the victim system, remaining unnoticed and uncaught, and deleting evidence that might lead to their prosecution. So this is why they are clearing the tracks in the first place. And the attacker overrides the server system and the application logs to avoid suspicions also. So yeah, as I already said, when an attack is happening, even the SOC team or the blue team might not be known that whether they are under the attack. So that is why in order to hide themselves, they will be clearing their tracks. Okay, and now we are into the ethical hacking concept and scope and the limitations here. So what is ethical hacking? So now we are coming into the ethical hacking, but we already discussed some ethical hacking in the previous classes also. So ethical hacking involves the use of hacking tools, tricks, and techniques to identify the vulnerabilities and ensure the system security. And it focuses on simulating the techniques used by an attacker to verify the existence of exploiting vulnerability in a system security. So as an ethical hacker, we would be acting as a hacker, and then we will be exploring the systems for any vulnerabilities, and we also test it out whether it is exploitable or not, and then making sure the system is secure. That is our job, the ultimate goal of an ethical hacker. And the ethical hacker performs security assessments for an organization with the permission of concerned authorities. This is very important. So we will be, as an ethical hacker, we will be having a concern of the owner or the authority of the person, whomever is owned the particular network or the organization. So without that, if we done anything, that would be coming under illegal. Okay. So why ethical hacking is necessary? To beat a hacker, you need to think like one. So that is important. The ethical hacking is necessary as it allows for counter attacks against malicious hacker through anticipating the methods used to break into the systems. So reason why organization recruit the ethical hackers are to prevent hackers from gaining access to the organization information and systems, and to prevent adequate prevention measures in order to avoid a security breach. So preventing is better than cure, right? So that is what here needs. So we will be making a precautions before an attack happens. That is why we as an ethical hacker need it, and to uncover vulnerabilities in the system and explore their potential as a security risk. So with whatever the vulnerability is, will be considered as a potential risk. And to help the safeguard the customer's data and to analyze the strength and organization security posture and enhance the security awareness at all levels in a business. And why ethical hacking is necessary is continued here. And ethical hackers try to answer these following questions. So what can an intruder see on the target system? So that is the information gathering or scanning phase. And what can and actually it should be comes under a question and answer, but here there isn't. Okay, let's continue here. So what can an intruder do with the information? So gaining access and maintaining access. And does anyone at the target organization notice the intruder's attempts or success? Yes, actually they can. Okay, and are all concept or all components of the information system adequately protected and updated and patched? And how many times or effort and money are required to obtain an adequate protection? And are the information security measures in compliance with illegal or industry standards? Oh, sorry, not illegal, like legal and industry standards. So these are all the questions will be taken or tried by an ethical hacker here. So we will be answering these questions if we are hired as an ethical hacker. And the scope will be the ethical hacking is a crucial component of risk management or assessment and auditing and counter frauds and information system security or best practices. And it is used to identify risk and highlight remedial actions. It also reduces the ICT cost by resolving vulnerabilities. And the limitations would be unless the business already know what they are looking for and why they are hiring an outside vendor to hack systems in the first place. So chances are they would not be much to gain from the experience. An ethical hacker can only help the organization to better understanding its security system, and it is up to the organization to place the right safeguard on the network. So limitations would be if the organization doesn't need it, so there is no use of hiring the outside vendor in the first place. So that is what they're trying to say here. And the skill of an ethical hacker would be the technical skill in depth of knowledge of major operating systems such as Windows, Unix, Linux, and Macintosh. Actually, these are all like old things, but like in the current industry is required Windows and Linux. The Macintosh comes under like different thing. The thing is, in the industry, mostly everybody is using Windows and Linux servers, right? So that is why it is required. And Unix system is like Linux is nothing but another Unix form of operating system. So yeah, an in-depth knowledge of networking concept, technologies, and related hardware and software. Actually, it is not like every concept should be needed for a penetration tester. There is no need of learning the hardware hacking to be a penetration tester. So it is a different like a career, and penetration testing is a different career. So, but the thing is, we need some knowledge in your like selected career, and followed by a computer expert, adequate at technical domains that should be needed, and knowledgeable knowledgeable about security areas and related issues, and high technical knowledge from launching sophisticated attack. The thing is, you should know how to perform an attack and how to like exploit a vulnerability and how to find a vulnerability. And non-technical skills would be the ability to learn and adopt new technologies quickly. And it is true actually. So the information technology or this IT industry is constantly evolving and updating field. So the attacks is also been updating. The new vulnerabilities is also been surfacing in the internet, and there are zero-day vulnerabilities also present. So we have to learn constantly if you are into this ethical hacker. So you have to constantly learn new things, and we need strong work ethics and good problem solving and communication skills. This is the strong ethics is nothing but you're not supposed to like go in a bad path. The thing is, you have to do your good things using your skills and committed to the organization security policies and the awareness of local standard and laws, like your local country's law. Okay, so you have to know about the information or like the IT acts which is operating in your countries. Okay, and followed by now we are into ethical hacking tools. Okay, so after this we'll be seeing how to install the Kali Linux. Okay, So in the reconnaissance, so we use the advanced Google hacking. Actually, it is not Google hacking, it is Google docking. Or it is very simple, not to be very simple, using the Google search in an efficient manner. Okay, so we in the tabular column, you can see that it is highlighted in the red. So those are all called as operators. So using that operators, we can able to get what we needed. So if you want a specific site, uh, if you want like a specific site in a like a search, so you can use the site. So if you want to search about the new laptops and with the site of Lenovo, so you will be getting each and every laptops which is like given in the Lenovo sites. So if you want in title, if you are using in title means, so it will only see what are the value will given in the operator. So that value should be in the title. So title of the website. And in URL is whatever the word or whatever the keyword you are specified in that the operator, that will be checked in the URL thing. So this is how the operators works. So not only the Google docking, we also have these tools like the web data extractors, which will collect the much information about the target, like the email, the phone numbers, and their websites, their URLs, and etc. etc. We'll be getting like this in the right side of the thing. You can see that who is record. So by this, we'll be getting. The document type is nothing but if you want a PDF file or if you want a document like DOC or DOX, those kind of things, or if you want a text file. So if you are going or if you are like searching for a particular PDF book or a thing, and if you want it in the format like PDF format, you can use doc type, and the value should be PDF or whatever the format you needed. Okay, and followed here in the course, we'll be using this ICMP trace routes, TCP trace routes, and UDP trace routes. Trace route is nothing but it is like following the path like which the data has been passing through. Using this, we can able to find out how many routers are in that in the pathway, and how many routers or how many nodes which we are like passing through or hopping from one another to. And we also have Nmaps and Megaping. So these are all the network scanning tools which we use it for searching for the live host and open ports and services and with their versions of which service they are running. And also we can able to filter out some packets as well as, and we can also see the operating system and their version of which version they are running. Actually, it is not fully like 80% of the time we'll be having the data, but in some times we'll be having some false positive outputs. But the thing is, we can able to gather some like very crucial information using these tools. And we can also use the unicorn scan here, like to like observe which operating system the particular target is using their TTL values. Okay, but the thing is, we won't be going through these tools, which was not required because we obviously get the output from the Nmap tools itself. But the thing is, you should know that these although the other tools like alternative tools we can able to use. Like the HPing 2 is the older version, HPing 3 is the newer version, and we have the NetScan Tool Pro and SolarWinds port scanners and network monitors and OmniPeak analyzers. So these are all the tools which we can use, but the industry using tool is the Nmap. So everybody's in the industry are currently using Nmaps as their default scanners. And enumeration tools like the NB Stat Utility and NetBIOS enumerations and the other NetBIOS enumeration tools are the Global Network and Advanced IP Scanners, HINA, and NS Auditor Network Security Auditors. Okay, these are all the other tools we can able to use it for the enumeration purpose. But you guys can see that most of the things or most of the tools are the GUI purposes or in the GUI manner. But those are all the paid tools. But the free tools will be in a CLI format, like command line format. Okay, so this is our like theory is now over, so we can able to move with the practical. So give me a second. Yeah, this is it. So let me close down some tabs here. So you guys were asked me to like show me how to install the Kali, right? So for that purpose, we need two things. One is VM VAR. So this is an virtualization tool. So you guys can use VMware or VirtualBox. Yeah, VirtualBox. So you guys can use these two tools. So actually VMware has like free version and also a like paid version. So you can go with this product here. If you click on product, let me show you. And you just need to scroll down a bit and you have to find this thing here, the hypervisors. So here the Pro is the paid one. The workstation player is the free one, and it is for 30 days free. We can able to get, and you have the Fusion for Mac, that is for the Mac OSs or Mac devices, and we have VirtualBox, and it is an open source one, and it is a free tool for everyone. And this is not the paid one, and to download the VirtualBox, you just need to click here and you can download it. So is dual boot better or this virtual machine is better? Okay, the thing is, if you are in a dual boot and your client is asking for the report in a like a document format or an Excel format, you can't able to do it in the Kali machines. So you have to come back to the Windows machine. So you have to turn off your machine and then you have to boot into the Windows machine, and you can't able to share the files easily in the dual boot. But if you're using a virtual machine, it is very easy. But the thing is, as a penetration tester, we'll be using some Windows tools as well and Linux tools as well. And the most of the organization is giving you the Windows machine. So you have to use the virtualized form of OSs. So yeah, so it is actually both are better. The thing is, it is your wish. So it is your purpose. The purpose like states that whether the dual boot is better or not. Okay. And sir, I have already installed the VMware and using Ubuntu. So to download Kali Linux, don't I have to download another? No need to do it. So if you're already having a virtual machine, so you don't need to download another VMware. Let me show you. So if you just need to like click on here and you can able to get it downloaded from here. Yeah, free download, and after you download it, you can able to install it from here. And so one second. So once you have downloaded your virtualization softwares, you have to download the OS. So that you can able to download it from kali.org. And from here, so this is also very simple. If you go into the website, you can just select the download, and you don't need to go over the installer image for any other things. Okay, you just need to go with the virtual machines. Okay, and if you scroll down a bit, you can see the hypervisor softwares here. So which software you are having, you have to download it. Okay, don't need to go for the repositories or weekly thing. So if you are using a weekly thing, it would be weekly update. You have to update weekly, or you have to open it weekly. You have to download the image weekly basis. So it is not recommendable. Go with the VM. If you are using VMware, go with this. If you are using VirtualBox, go with this. Okay. So yeah, after downloading this, so you will be having some things like this here. So let me show you. Let me come back here. So yeah, you will be seeing this file. You can extract it or it doesn't want it to, it doesn't matter. So once you will be opening it, you will be seeing this kind of many files. So nothing matters. You just need this one file. If you double click it, it will be opening into the virtual machine. So let me show you. Where can I send the assignments task? Actually, you have to like upload it in the website, and also like you have to like upload it in LinkedIn, and we have like you have to tag it. Actually, I think in the group the videos to like for kind of tutorial it is already there. You can just watch it out. Or else I'll try to like show you after this. Okay. For VirtualBox, what system configuration is required? Doesn't matter. Actually, the minimum requirement is will be 8 GBs of RAM and a single core, dual core processor will be okay. Like a Pentium would also work. But the thing is, you need like much higher RAMs. Okay, so here that's it. You will be open like this. You will be having the system information, etc. And once it is done, you just need to click on play virtual machine, and your machine will be running now. Okay, you don't need to do any extra things. Okay, it is that simple to host a system here. Is there a step-by-step guide to install? Actually, it is there. I can recommend some videos which is hosted in the YouTube. I can able to give you some links. Okay, it in the notes I will be sharing you those things, or in the group I will share you those links. Okay, and VMware Workstation is free, but VMware Pro is the paid one. And the default username password would be Kali and Kali. Okay, will be your the default username and the password. And this is how the Kali would look like. Actually, it is not fully visible. Now it is okay. Now it is perfect. So this is how the Kali machine would look like. And if you want to like see any like tools here, you can go and look into here. Okay. And here is your folder. You can able to open the folders here. And here you are having the terminal button. And in the nearby, you will be having the browser. Okay. So the thing is, I would be opening my terminal and I would be calling the Nmap tool. And I would be giving the IP address. And if I want any like specific things like the version scan, I would go with these two flags. This will give me the normal version scan, and also the script scans also will be happening. Okay, so this is how the normal scan would go. Can we come to the lab? Yeah, okay, I'll come to the lab, don't need to worry. So for that, I'm having a different monitor here. The P is for all flags, guys. Actually, P is to scan the all ports. So actually, there are 65 plus 1,000 ports are there in a system. So the Nmap will basically go with the default 1,000 ports. So there will be some default ports where like 1,000 numbers, and it will only go for that. So if you are using this P flag, it will like scan the entire 65,000 plus ports. So it will take some time. Okay, so if you want to like go with the normal scan, it would be very shorter time. If you are going with all port scan, it would be higher time. Okay, I don't want to like waste the time here. I'll switch the monitor here. Give me a second. There it is. Sorry guys, I'm taking much time, so I'll make it a short. Just give me a second. Actually, this time I'm going with the Parrot. Yeah. And here, I think my screen is visible now. Yeah, it is visible. Okay, so here I'm having some like online labs here, so which will easy to like demonstrate to you guys like how to like how the like the tools works and how the get the results and outputs. So if I like go with the normal things like explaining the tools, it would be like boring you guys. So that is why we are going with the CTF manner today. Like take till the like the end of the session also. Like capture the flag kind of thing. So if you are scanning a thing, you would be having a flag in the output. So you have to find the flag. That's it. Okay, let's continue here. So I'm going with the Whois. So Whois is an online tool or like online page where you can able to get some information. And in Kali, it is also a CLI version or like CLI tool. So what are the things you can get from the Whois like online version? You will also get the same thing in the CLI version also. Okay, so they're asking when was the trackme.com registered? So we can go and here look into the output here. We'll be seeing vulnerable also in the vulnerabilities like web application vulnerabilities. Okay, not now, guys. And yeah, this is the creation date and it is confirmed. And the registrar is the who is registered is the namecheap.com is the registrar here. So he is the one who registered the company, and the name servers they are using is Cloudflare. Okay, so we have also answered the 3 questions also. And let me show you the other things as well. DNS lookup, and the type is TXT format. So we have like the output, like the what do we say? The public records. We have like TXT, we have MX, we have like different kind of record types. So here they are asked us to open the EXT type of record. So that is why I'm opening it. And in that form of records, we also having the flag here, the THM and the brackets were some random numbers and the characters. So this is going to be our flag. So this is how the capture the flag is also works, but it is very like simple things. What means NS lookup? NS lookup is not a terminology here. NS lookup is the tool name. Okay, so NS lookup is nothing but it will gather you the publicly available information. Like this here, it is the TXT record. If you want MX record, like the mail server records, it can also fetch you that. So the NS lookup is a set tool, okay, which will fetch you the publicly available information. So I'm copying the flag and let's enter it in the question here. So here they ask us the question is check the TXT records of the PHM labs and what is the flag they are using. So that is it. So let's see which option would you use. Actually, this will be comes under the content and the above. And yeah, this is the great thing. The use of man ping, the command to consult a ping's manual page. The thing is, each and every tool is having their own manual page. So from there, we can able to understand a tool and how it is work, and we can also get some usage of it. So here they are asking us to use the manual page of ping. So where we can able to get the things out of it. So here is the manual page of ping, and you can see then each and every flags and their description. Okay, so somebody asked the flag, I think so, said the port or like the P flag and etc. So you can also do the same thing. If you're having a Kali Linux, you can able to like search like this and you can get the manual page of each and every tool. So if you want to go for the manual page of Nmap, you can just type man and Nmap, or I can also having the other thing like type in Nmap and followed by the Hutch flag, or like help, type in like minus help, you will be getting the manual page of the particular tool. Okay, so here we have another online tool that we call it as shadow.io tool, and the shadow.io will also fetch you the publicly available information, and I can also show you here. So what are the results we can able to see? Here I'm searching about the Apache servers, and we can able to gather some informations. So here they're asking, according to Sharon.io, what is the second country in the world in terms of number of publicly available Apache servers? And the second question would be based on Sharon.io, what is the third most common port used for Apache and the third most common port used for Nginx? So let's search those answers now. And we are actually in the content they are talking about React, but we have to search for Apache. And here you can see that the Germany is the second country, which is like mostly using. The first country would be United States. The third one is Canada. Okay, and the second question, let's where it is. Yeah, here. And here in the down, we can have the top ports, right? 443 is the first. 81 is the second, and actually 80 81. Yeah, third one is 88. And for Nginx, that is for Apache, and let's go for the Nginx now. Scroll down and let's erase this and type in Nginx. Actually, we are going beyond our time limit, but anyways. Yeah, so this is how to look into the publicly available information, guys. Okay, so as I already seen, we can also like do 1 second. Let me show you. Let me get back to the Kali. Okay, here as I said, right, if you want to like use or search for like the manual page, you can type Hutch like this, or help in full form also. You can get the manual page of a particular tool. I'm so sorry. I think it won't be like visible. Let me increase the definition here. I think now it is much visible, right? Yeah, as you can type in like this also, it will also give you the exact same thing. And here it is, where is the P? Oh, here for port, specifying the port range, and the dash minus P and minus will be here. Can't able to find it. Yeah, you can mention the numbers also, but if you're mentioning without the numbers, it will scan for the all ports. Okay. Yeah, and you can also have the examples right here. So how can able to use the tool, particular tool. Okay, write this, and you can also go with ping and Hutch. You can also get the Ping's manual page. So by this, you can also learn the how the tools works. Okay, and which one is the better, like either VirtualBox or VMware? Actually, the thing is, I would go for VMware, guys. The thing is, I can able to edit some things here. Actually, I'm in the like unpaid version, but in the paid version, I can also edit some like the adapters here. I can able to easily try to do that. But if you are opening the VirtualBox, means there won't be any like much of features. But the thing is, it is a free one. I can go with the like, yeah, according to the situation we can able to use. But in a, like a corporate world, or like if you're working in a company, obviously your company is going to provide you the system and the software, and which will be comes under a paid one, and there won't be any open source softwares will be used by the companies because of the security purposes. So we are using the virtual machine here. But as a like student, I've learned using the VirtualBox itself because it is a free one. So in my starting times, I used VirtualBox. Either one, anything is like works good, and try to learn both the things. Try to like work with VMware and also the virtual machine. Okay, it will be good. And yeah, guys, this is how to like go with the tools and learn about the tools. Okay, so there actually that is it. You guys having any doubts here? You can ping your questions now. Now we are in Q&A, guys. Yeah. Okay, we already having a question here. So does ethical hacker needs to know and develop tools using script language? Or scripting language. If so, what scripting language is most used for ethical hacker? And that would be Python. And does using only people tool like Nmap and others make a script kitty or something? Actually, no. The Nmaps and the thing is like let me ask this question to you. Like we are using the OS called Windows or Linux. So that means are we using a tool or software? Like that is what the question is. So the thing is where the comes script kit is. So let me show you this. Let me share my screen once again, and I'll explain to you. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, we'll have a new workspace here. So let me go for let's have a exploit. Let's say key pass exploit, and yeah, as you can see here, we have a vulnerability. And if I like open it, and I can able to see the writings of it. The author has some description to it, and we can able to see the source code as well here. So here it is. So here, actually, he's using like C here, but it would be mostly in Python. So if you are using this script, so that means we are script kiddie. Or if I'm using it, that means I am a script kiddie. But the thing is, if you edited it also, it doesn't matter. Actually, like the tools are different, the scripts are different. Here it is a script. If we are using it, we'll be becoming a script kiddie. But the thing is, we can't able to do it. So in order to write a script or in order to like build a script for a particular vulnerability, we have to like work on it more. So let's say like keep as like a 2.54 version. So for that you have to have an idea and you have to have an instinct that there might be a possibility there, that might be a opening there. So you have to like explore it, you have to like test it out, you have to test various payloads, and you have to like do like multiple things. So for that, you need some like time. So like it is not easy to go like create a script. And the other thing is, if you like know how to like read the script, and if you're using it, if you're like editing some things, you won't be like becoming a script kitty. And like being a script kitty is also not a problem, or it is not like a lesser thing. And we have like multiple other questions. So can I leave now? I must enter a plan. Oh, sorry. You guys, if you can, if you like, what do we say? If it is an emergency, you can leave the class. There will be recordings. Okay, and don't miss your flight, and don't blame it on me. Okay, and happy journey to you. And yeah, just using okay. It is not. It is doesn't matter. And do we have any other questions, guys? Yeah, I thought, you guys were asked to like how to upload the assignments, right? Let me show you. Here it is, Academy. Okay, we have a question also. Thanks for the great lecture and sharing. Yeah, thank you so much. And I'm also like very proud and happy to share my knowledge with you guys. And the first and foremost thing you would be like registering your users, right? So you'll be clicking on login with Google and things. And once it is done, okay, it is kind of slow. Okay. So once it is done, you would be like searching for the course here, or else you can able to select it from here. Thing is, we have to select a particular course, and once you selected a course, let's say bug bounty here, and you will be having a like a code or a voucher code, so that you have to put it over there. Let's say if I go for buy this course, and okay, it says please wait. Okay. So that will be going to shortlist, and if you go put on the code, and you can able to join the course. And once you have the course, once you update register for the course, if you go to my courses, you will be seeing your course here like this. So once you click on start learning, you can able to see the classes, like the recordings of the classes over here, right? So like this. And the assignments, about the assignments, I'm coming back a bit. And if you click on my assignments, and you can see what are the assignments we have or you have. And you have to click on view, and then you have to like upload the assignments over there. And I think we have a format to how to like create an assignment over there. And we do it like I think it is already in the WhatsApp group. Okay, once you like selected your assignment, you can submit it. That's it. This is pretty much it. And do we have any other things? If there is any like if there is no any like questions further, we can close the sessions, guys. It's clear. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. I hope I'm very clear. And if you guys are also clear, I think so. So there isn't any more questions. And thank you for your valuable times, guys. You are giving your time and you're learning, which like I too like this field, and you guys are also liking the field. And we are creating a community over here. And yeah, I'm happy here, and I hope you guys are also happy. And feel free to like ask any doubts in the middle of the like session, but try to like mostly take a note and then ask it in the end of the course session or in the Q&A session. Okay, and that's it. And yeah, whatever the other questions, like if you have any like while you're watching the videos, also you can put it in the WhatsApp group. Okay, I'll be there and I'll be answering your questions. Okay, and thank you guys. Thank you for your time and have a great day, guys. Until then, bye. Okay, sure.